Stand back! Be silent! Be still!
Always free with
That's why mine are always black.
There we go.
Hereafter, so that we remember our bonds, we shall always come together in a circle.
It's not so much chill. We hit so many different topics and jump all over.
To hear and tell of deeds good and brave.
You went full cookie puss.
Hey, I'll just look.
I will build a round table where this fellowship shall meet.
So that's why it's the round table. We're all equals here.
Well, at least I'm not pulling a rickshaw.
Remember it well then, this night, so that in the years ahead, you can say, I was there that night.
There's a lot of shots being fired.
And it sounded like somebody was sucking down their microphone like a slack jaw bundle of sticks.
Whoa, there's no gay frogs here.
Good and evil, there never is one without the other.
Where hides evil then in my kingdom?
Always where you never expect it.
And it passes through Antifa ranks. It smells like cat piss and kitty litter.
Yeah.
Impeccably.
I know a few YouTubers who smell like that.
And look upon this moment. Savory! Rejoice with great gladness!
And welcome to the round table.
For it is the doom of men that they forget.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We got a couple topics tonight, and I want to introduce my fantastic panel we got here. We got Tommy in the Guinea Pig Collective. How you doing, bro?
You know how it is. I'm trying to be good. I'm going to be good. I'm not going to talk about Google Chrome.
Okay. A little bit later. We got my sister on panel. We got Trina. How you doing, sis?
I'm good, bro. It's good to be here. Happy to be streaming with you guys, and nice to see everyone in the chat.
It's awesome to have you here. We'll hit these topics. We're going to see how much I could say and not say, because it gets kind of crazy. But we also got we got another brother here. We got the legend, Chris Fisk. How you doing, Chris?
Hey. Now, did you refer to Trina as a cis, as in like cisgendered?
No. as a sister.
I really thought you were going to introduce Chris as the man pulling the rickshaw.
Wait, what?
He's the one wearing the red dress. I don't know what's going on.
I'm too fat and lazy to pull anybody in a rickshaw.
So as long as you're not going by Elliot Fisk, we're cool.
Or do me so hard.
It's not a cheese doodle. It's real.
It doesn't rot off in 6 months, and it doesn't smell like ass.
Oh. Jesus. Oh, man. Well, I'm happy to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I'm glad I could gross out your panel and your chat.
Oh, hey, these things happen.
And all the people listening from Google that are trying to, hitting that button for demonetization or banning or whatever. Hat trick.
Well, we got two more brothers here, and they're white brothers. White. We got I don't know, Monotony. We haven't seen him in a while. Maybe you got a tan. How you doing, Tony?
Good. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone's weekend was great. And again, happy Pride Month to Adam.
He's like, I'm too high for this shit. Oh man. So did you breathe okay? Because I heard Canada was on fire and they pushed everything down our way.
Who, me?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone.
Yeah,
I'll
it
tell you
was rough
real
earlier.
quick. What's funny about that? Everyone's like, "Oh my God, look at the orange sky in New York," and it's like that like every year where I live from the California wildfire.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
like
same here, man. Yeah,
We get the Everglades that are always on fire down here. And yeah, I don't know, man, but it was pretty bad. I got family and friends that are still in New York, and whew, they said in the city itself, like you could barely even see the buildings. That's how much came down and how
Yeah.
thick it was. That's
Well,
that's insane.
the story going around is a bunch of Johnny Carsonists actually did all that. So
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see the satellite view?
Oh yeah, dude, the number of them, the number of fires. They what did they say? It was like 400 and something, and then the number
Just
jumped
all
up
at
to
once.
8. Well, and then they said the number jumped up to over 800, and there was like 400 completely uncontrolled ones, and like you said, all in different parts. Yeah, that very
got
natural.
in trouble on Facebook for like sharing reels. You know, people fucking put the reels on there and then you share them, and when they don't like the ones you share, you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
screw
Just
that
like
platform.
YouTube.
Yep, that's how it works. But Adam, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good now. The dog stopped howling. Like Tony, like started talking, and they were so excited that the whole fucking household howled the whole time you talked. I couldn't hear a thing.
Yeah, everybody's excited when Tony comes on. I mean, we were barking beforehand. It's no,
It's
it's
the
great.
power of the monotone.
Yeah, but again, he's another legend. So I mean, what do you want?
That's right.
It's good stuff here.
Tony is
good. Glad to be here with these fine folks.
I was going to say Tony is
Right.
the pumpernickel of our panel.
Yes. It's like you don't think you'd like me at first glance, but then I just kind of melt in your mouth. So.
Like, just spread a little butter. Just spread a little butter on me.
Once you go, Tony, you never go back.
I just want him to
stuff.
keep saying stuff like that.
Let me take a quick look up there in the chat. I know Superfan was the first one in here tonight, so hell, brother, well, in the afternoon. So yeah, man, that's awesome. We got Toy Mafia, we got Manliness and Motivation, we got Keely Chow, Nelson, you got a link too, buddy, if you want to pop in. Lion Ratton, also in the house. We got the Time Prophet. How you doing? Apex Comics, nice to see you here. We got Tina Bojan, awesome. We got BTV. Let me see what else we got. I think that's it for now. But yeah, we're gonna jump into this. So let me share a screen here.
Yeah, thanks to everybody that's already stopped in the chat. Remember to go ahead and share out those links and destroy the living shit out of that like button. Let LubeTube know that they can go screw themselves.
That's right. Destroy that like button, just like I'm destroying She-Hulk. Or I'm not gonna get that gross yet. A little bit later.
You know, once again, here it is. This guy shows up on the panel every time I'm around. I don't know where this guy gets the gall to step on a piggy's toes.
I'm the hero you deserve. Anyway, just like she deserves it, right in her tuchus. Anyway, tonight's stream is it's about heroes and villains, and don't forget we have Bill Cosby. He's the new Nick Fury, and he's building a team.
Gonna put it in the Jello pudding pops.
If you guys haven't heard, we have some more Marvel news here. We have the villains of the MCU or MCU. They're very grapey with women. They like to assault them in all different ways. Kangs and shit likes to beat them and choke them in a limousine. We got Namor. He likes to fondle their saxophone, from what I understand. Yeah, because the woman that he allegedly he done some dirty and bad things with. She's some kind of famous South American saxophone player. This guy's a nut job and a half. There's
one time at band camp.
Yeah, there's like tweets and stuff of his that popped up from 2017, and everyone's like, "How come Marvel didn't do their research on this guy?" And he says the most bizarre shit. Yeah,
Well,
one of
that's-
his quotes is, why do some feminists insist on showing that they have it greater than all? And then there's one he's talking about getting grapey with them, and stuff about not having a cock. Like this guy's he's a psycho and a half. Very,
What do you
very bizarre.
expect?
Huh?
They're just they didn't hire these people for anything other than the fact that it was a checkbox.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Diversity hire, baby.
Yeah, that was clearly it. I mean, because like again, that character, he was not Latino, South American.
Yeah, I thought he was Asian.
Yeah, but they're good at doing that. They're good at screwing up everything. But anyway, So Marvel Phase 666 is in effect, and we got Nick Fury, and he's recruiting his team, these new Avengers.
Bippity boppity, you're now my property.
I was just gonna say, go stick some pudding in the pop. No, these people are insane. I should have gave him 2 patches because they claim that he's completely blind now, but
Well, he's got that dead eye now. That's kind of gross. It's all
well, he had a wandering eye to begin with. Maybe it was one of his victims. Like they hit him with something and maybe detached his retina. Who knows? These people are crazy. But then we have again the blue-eyed angel in comparison. We got Mel Gibson, who I don't know why people aren't really talking about this. He's gone out of his way to help a number of people in the child trafficking ring. He worked with this guy Tim Ballard, who was, I believe, a former ISN agent who left his job when he was going over the border and helped save a bunch of kids. And him, his wife, and his other coworkers were like, we can't do this job anymore. We got kids out there who need help. And he decided to quit his job to go undercover and go around the world saving kids from all these crazy.
Well, from what I was reading about
that,
Vinny, he was actually on assignment when he had actually run into that stuff, and he was kind of wondering why nobody wanted to do anything about it. And that's when he decided to take it upon himself to go do something. Because here it is, the own government that he's working for, he's on assignment for, refuses to take part in anything. What does that say about the people that are in charge?
Right.
Considering who passed yesterday, it just keeps getting worse for the people who are in charge. Like as far as any faith I ever once had in them, and do you guys mind me saying real quick too? Isn't it weird that everyone we might have considered a bad person 15 years ago suddenly is kind of a hero, and everyone we would have considered good people like Dr. Huxtable end up being a complete sack of shit? Like,
Yeah. I heard things over the years about Cosby from some of the circles I kind of ran in a little bit, that this guy was a scumbag. And as soon as I heard that, like, he basically lived in the Playboy Mansion during like the 70s and stuff, I knew the guy was a piece of garbage, because that was something that they did on the norm over there, was allegedly put something in the drinks for women so that they could pass out. And you had all these creepy old celebrities passing these women around. Hugh Hefner, every time he picked the Playmate of the Month, for those who didn't know this, and I was friends with a couple of Playmates, they one of them specifically told me that, what Hefner would do is bang the one that he picked for the month, and then pass her around to all of his celebrity friends.
Ew, sloppy seconds from Hef?
Yep. Absolutely disgusting.
Were they willing?
Apparently for the money, yeah.
Yep.
Probably to be the Playmate of the Month. I mean,
because
well,
that's your in for the Playmate of the Year. Because once you get that, then your money goes up through the roof, and then you're guaranteed a couple of contracts and movie roles.
That's what the Weinstein thing discussed.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing Weinstein did.
So with Weinstein, he's this fat little troll. Okay, he's this ugly dude who leveraged his financial positions to get laid. Okay, that's that's all this was. He never put anybody at gunpoint. He basically just did a quid pro quo, which is a huge no-no. But women were totally okay and going along with it because it was advancing their careers.
Mhm.
And then the moment this, like, you see those photos of like Oprah introducing like some of the younger women actors to this guy and shit, and you know what was going on there. And then it's like as soon as this guy outlived his usefulness, then suddenly like Meryl Streep and all of them like, you know, totally like turned and they're like, oh yeah, he was this evil whatever. And it's like, dude, Seth MacFarlane's been making jokes about this for how many years?
And
Yeah.
really, it's not even him outliving his usefulness. It's the Ashley Judds of the world, allegedly, outliving theirs.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look at that nasty, skanky, bottom-feeding, dirty trash bag hoe Courtney Love. I don't care what anybody says. That hoe nasty. But she was talking about this shit for a long time when nobody else wanted to hear it, and they just kind of dismissed her.
Yeah.
now look. All the
Rose
conspiracy, but as all the conspiracy theories come true, what is left? What is left to be a conspiracy theory anymore?
Well, that's why they introduce things like flat Earth and stuff to throw everyone off. Like nobody believes the Earth is flat. Like, and they just want to mix in that as part of the conspiracy theory. So when you start pointing out the obvious things, like you know what's going on with the Weinsteins and the bippity boppity, you know, and all that shit, like they're gonna make you're one of those flat Earther types. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna play that game. Like you're not gonna throw that into the mix.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's hilarious. But by the way, hello, Papa Cotton. And no, we're not interested in Marvel movies whatsoever. I'm just making fun of the fact that these people are all creepy, nasty motherfuckers. That's what I'm laughing at. I'm not talking about Marvel's phase. I don't give a shit. This is Marvel phase 666. These people are ridiculous. You know,
it's just more proof of meritocracy and why it works.
Yep.
Yeah. It's insane.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. But like you were saying though about like Ashley Judd, the thing is, when they hit the wall, then that's when they want to come out and be like, oh yeah, this and that happened. Okay, so this happened years or decades ago, and you were aware of it. You could have prevented other women and other girls from making that happen to them, but you didn't say anything. You waited until Hollywood didn't want to use you anymore, or you became problematic.
That's
it's
why
more
I
of
don't
a symbiosis. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say that's why I don't have any sympathy, and I just feel like Weinstein just got a bad. He just got a bad deal. I really think that. I think that the media and the Me Too movement made him like the sacrificial lamb because everybody knew what was going on. I mean, one of Quentin Tarantino movies, I think it was in Kill Bill. I mean, it shows Weinstein for who he is in the beginning. It's not like this was never a secret. I just feel like these women wanted their career to take off, so they did what they did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's symbiosis. They're both benefiting off of each other. It's two terrible parties. There's no good guy in this.
Yeah.
Do you mind me saying, like, do you mind me saying too, with like certain people being convicted who knew elite people and they're sent to jail and like, yeah. Point is that there's a lot of people that have done what Weinstein did, and he was also a major donor to certain politicians.
Operating system
we've seen them. We've seen Alec Baldwin and what he just got away with. We've seen people get away with as bad, if not way worse things. And it makes you wonder what happened for them to turn around and dime him out and put him in the media and all that. And one thing I just want to say, and I've mentioned this a few times, you know, I kind of, however you feel about Weinstein, I kind of consider him, from at least where I stand, the Saddam Hussein of Hollywood. As far as, he was a bad guy, but once he fell, now look what Hollywood has become. And it almost makes me wonder if, as bad as he was, he also liked to make money and didn't want to introduce certain agendas and stuff. They've always lightly been in our movies, but where it's gone since the whole scandal with him became prime time, I mean... I think he might have been standing in a way of a lot of what they wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, again,
Yeah,
it's a
possible.
cesspool. The whole thing's a cesspool. What about? He makes a great point too. By the way, hello, Tree Rock Creation, Samba Gogo, Frankie knows. But yeah, no, yeah, Brooke Shields, same deal. And again, yeah, she has one of her assaults is recorded and released in the theaters. One of these freaking movies. She was a child and she completely naked in there and sick shit. Why is that still? Why could people still get that? That should be deleted, erased, removed from everything. Burned.
Baby.
This isn't. I know Tom Hanks is sitting there, with he's fapping away. These people are all creeps, man. Every last one of them. It's just,
You know what? And Time Prophet brings up something that I talk about all the time. It's why I say I don't trust suits. It's right there. Anyone who gets enough money and power will get corrupted, and almost every last one of them are corrupted in some fashion or form.
Yeah.
It's also kind of a chicken and the egg thing. Anybody anybody that gets that much money or whatever becomes corrupted or whatever. But the reverse is also true. In order to be that successful in this world, you need to be that. Like, if you notice that, like, all the people at the top are scumbags, dude. There isn't a single this guy's a paragon of morality. No, they've all backstabbed and stepped on other people to get where they are.
Yep, it's gross. I know it's in the majority of businesses, but some of these people, they take it to these really seriously disturbing heights. Because there's always the asshole, there's the scumbag, there's the weirdos, the stalkers. You get all sorts of different ones. But but the ones that are going after kids and women like that, it's just. Yeah, man, it is really wrong. But Tree Rock, I work with someone who worked with Singer, and I could confirm the stories are true. This guy is very, very disturbing. I can't say much more than that because I don't want to get that guy and anything that happened over there. But because he's still in the business. But yeah, dude, it's really sick, and that's why he kind of disappeared. If you notice. There was a movie that I forgot which one it was. He was at the helm of it, and then he left, and another director took over. But yeah, it's really screwed up. I think that last X-Men movie, the last Fox one or some shit, like he didn't finish it either. That was also given to somebody else to do, because again, he was going through lawsuits with all that shit. I mean, I've talked about it previously in the channel, but they're really, really disturbing. And don't forget, like, what was it, 15 years ago or whatever, when they were trying to go after Mel Gibson. He got drunk and he was going off on Hollywood. And
Sugar tits.
That was hilarious. Yeah, he told the female cop sugar tits, and he was cursing at one of his ex-wife or some shit.
That was entrapment, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But here's why. Because those videos that he put out, it was the late 90s, early 2000s, those were popping up again where he talks about Hollywood. And he goes, they have like their own language, basically, and how they talk about the things that they're doing to certain individuals. He was saying it without saying it. He was doing his best to, and that's why he said he stayed away for a long time from the Hollywood scene, and he tried to do his own stuff, and because he knows how disturbing they are. None of them wanted Passion of the Christ made either. They didn't want anything religious out there. They don't want people to have hope or to believe in anything, and he pretty much did it on his own. And that brings us to Jim Caviezel, the one who played Jesus in the movie. That dude, all right, so he's playing Tim Ballard in this movie, The Sound of Freedom. And that's when we were talking about earlier, that agent who ended up saving a bunch of kids. And then while he was, doing the other job and, the border stuff. And he goes, how come no one's saving these kids? What's going on? People are aware of what's going on and they're covering it up. They're hiding it. So he ended up going undercover, and he saved thousands of kids all over the world. There's ones that he can't save, or he tried to. He's got a good friend whose son went missing, and one of the documentaries I saw, like it was like 15 years or something, and they still could not find the kid. They don't know what the hell happened, And I mean, there's tragic stuff that's throughout all of this, and it's just leads that go cold because they could disappear anywhere, and overnight they could take them away, but. Anyway, so they made this movie on this guy who's, by the way, still doing this job. He's still going all around helping these people. And Jim Caviezel was picked to play him. And the movie's been shelved since like 2018 or 2019. Hollywood did not want it to be released because in the movie they allude to and they talk about where these kids go. And it's a good number of them, L.A., overseas to Chris said it earlier. The country that's very similar in colors to Best Buy, blue and yellow.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really, really, really disturbing. So yeah, and the movie wasn't going to get released, but Mel Gibson stepped in. He did the final cut of the movie, and he goes, "Yeah, we're getting a release date on this, and it looks like it's going to come out on the 4th of July." Now, here's the cool thing about it is that I think it's called Angel Productions is the movie house that made this. If you don't have money to see this movie, if you go to their website, they have like if someone buys a ticket, they could give a ticket to someone else as well. So if you don't have the money for it and you want to see this movie, you can go to their website and pretty much get a free ticket. So they want people to get out there and see what this movie is and to learn about what the hell's going on, because it's a $34 billion business. Now, on top of this, Tim Ballard gets contacted by Mel after a lot of the stuff was done, and he goes, I heard that you were going overseas. I have a list of kids that need saving as well. It was me and my people found a good number of them. He found about 13 kids that had to be saved from that country that the Best Buy colors. And he says it's a central hub over there. So
well, that's because Best Buy orders a lot of propane.
That's right. Yeah, so Tim, he was going to go anyway. He has a list of 12 kids he was going to go save. But this is when they started dropping bombs. There's some stuff that went down, and he wasn't going to go. But he goes, no. He's very Christian, and he believed that, God sent me these kids, this list. I'm going to go save them, and I'll be protected. So he was going to go regardless. And when Mel found out, he contacted him with a list of like 13 others. And he goes, listen, I don't have the funds to do this full operation. There's a lot of people now. He goes, I don't want to ask you directly for a donation, but if there's anything you could do, or he goes, I got it covered. Not only that, he hooked him up with a film crew, because he goes, we need to make sure that the world knows what's going on and that media can't spin it and they can't hide it and turn it into something else. So he sent a full crew with them, and it ended up, they filmed so much stuff, it ended up becoming a 4-part documentary that they're looking to release soon as well. So I think the movie's going to come out first, and then this documentary. And Hollywood and all these people, they are shitting a brick right now because they don't want this being exposed. It's a $34 billion industry that they're trying to keep hidden from everyone. This is very, very, very disturbing.
Oh, when the truth comes out, so many people are going to, there goes every subscription that's out there. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people that go Amish off of this, and rightfully so.
Oh, absolutely. As they should. Because this is screwed up. And again, Tim Ballard, he's been in front of Congress. He's talked about all this stuff already. He broke down the stuff that people don't believe is real. The Google Chrome, we'll call it. He says it's very real. And Jim Caviezel went on a couple of those missions with them, the undercover missions. And they'll do that. They'll put on prosthetics, beards, whatever. They'll try to change their look and everything. And he said he saw it firsthand. And he said he was crying from looking at some of the footage of this stuff. He couldn't stop crying. He goes,
if you want your Google Chrome, you've got to order it in the special variety pack. It's called the Bribe-In Special.
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's absolutely insane. And like, people think that this is like made up. It's not. It's factual. These are the people who've been saving these kids. And there's a couple documentaries out there. I'm not sure if one's still on Netflix, but I know I saw one of them on YouTube a couple of years ago about Tim Ballard. And yeah, I would suggest anyone do some research, take a look at some of that stuff of who he saved and what he's done. Because some of these girls and stuff who've been abused for years, and he got them out of that. Like, they set them up like in these kind of almost like these orphanage type things, and he checks on them from time to time to make sure like things are going right. That some of them, like, they're not pulled back into it.
Here's the biggest problem with kids like that. Once they get sucked into something like that, and especially if they're sucked in that for long enough, they're damaged goods, and they actually believe that they deserve that kind of treatment. And
Yeah.
some of them may actually look to go back to that because they know
Yep.
no other way at that point. And that is the saddest part of all that.
Well, they'll
It's on
never
the
have a healthy
documentaries.
relationship ever again either. Like, these are people who are so broken that their view, it's almost like how feminism has destroyed the dynamics between men and women. Like, that kind of damage to a kid. Like, a lot of them turn gay, and I hate to say it, but that's how you get people. Like, look at Menudo there with Ricky Martin and his entire group. They're all gay.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, sexual assault to a child alters them for life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
no,
I'm just born that way. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, no, dude. It's crazy.
No, that was awkward.
No. I was reading, responding to something too. No, but and Jim Caviezel, that dude, he is one of the better ones. You hear great stories about that guy and the things that he's done. Even his family, like him and his wife, they wanted to adopt like a couple of kids too, because like they see how some people are living in certain locations in the world and stuff, and like they wanted to help out and do something kind. And they were at one of those orphanages or something, and they saw a kid who had like special needs or something, and they said that nobody wanted to adopt them, and they were going to send him somewhere else. And he goes, why don't they want to adopt them? He seems fine. I understandably, like, medical bills and stuff, and it's a lot more work. But he goes, I'm in a position where I could help like that. And why should this kid feel alone or not loved? He goes, that's not right. And they ended up adopting 2 kids at the same time, and he helped bring in that kid. And, their family's great. Everyone's, it's awesome. That's what you need to do. It's if you're in a position where you could help, and why not, but Hollywood is just, there's so many disturbing people out there, and they'll do anything to, get ahead in life. And we've seen that. That's why when there are some good people, or ones that are actually, behind the scenes doing stuff to help save other individuals, that's the thing to do, everyone hears awesome stories about Keanu Reeves. Same deal. Like that guy, he's gone out of his way. He's gone above and beyond to help out people, strangers he doesn't even know.
Some of the other ones, Vinny, like some of the other ones that are actually good actors and people that have been around the field for a long time, and they've done a lot of great work. You see a lot of those guys that just so had enough of all the bullshit and all the corruption that's going on in Hollywood that they actually just stepped away from the business completely.
Yep.
Everybody wonder, well, why don't they come back and do stuff? Because they just don't want to be involved with Hollywood and all the shit that's going on anymore. They've had enough. I mean, there's a breaking point for everybody when they say enough is enough.
I was starting a documentary earlier. I got to finish watching it on Artie Lang, and there's a lot of his castmates from Mad TV that are I guess they have like little segments and they talk about him too. And 2 of them said, "I wouldn't wish Hollywood on my worst enemy. You have no idea once you're thrown into that machine what it is, what they do behind closed doors. It's very, very sick." And this was something completely separate from all of this, because Artie's had a messed up life and he's been addicted to drugs and everything. But, and he's still a very funny guy and everything. It's tragic, some of the shit that happened to him. But you have his co-stars, from Ed TV that were talking about it. And it's like, it's the machine itself is just, it's horrible. It's horrible on every level. Frankie and Manliness and Motivation were both saying the same thing. Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen DeGeneres, Ellen Page. Yeah, they were all victims. Absolutely.
Oh, and what do they have in common?
Very sick. Well, we know what happened too with Ellen and her exes and stuff. I mean, it's crazy. I know it's more of a heavy topic on a Sunday, but I want to put some spotlights over on Mel Gibson for doing the right thing. And again, I just wanted to slap these people in the face as well from the horrible shit they're getting caught doing, which is funny. You got one who pretends to be a male feminist down here, who's raping and doing horrible things. You got another one who's choking and beating women in limousines, and the grandfather of them all, our new Nick Cage or Nick Fury rather.
We put some knockout drops in the pudding pots.
Well, dude, I think it's safe to say at this point, if you ever hear the term male feminist, you know it's just sexual predator.
Yep.
But Ezra Miller's not on there.
Oh, yeah, we talked about him before. Elliot Page. Yeah, we talked about him before.
Right.
Same person, right?
Yep.
Where's Pam in that meme? Corporate wants you to tell the difference between them. They're the same image. Holy crap! I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's too much. But you know, I really do hope that that movie does well. I know they're gonna keep trying to bury it. Let's see if they have the website up or something. I should have looked this up already. But
you know they're gonna not put it on any streaming service either. Like the only way you're gonna get this is a hard copy or a few select theaters.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Also, they'll be smart and they'll go to market with it, though. You know, sell it on their website directly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most likely. Well, I'm looking at.
Tell you what, if they want, they could reach out to me, send me a big giant projector, and I will put that bitch on 24/7 right out here. I don't care.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 theaters in my area. That all right. No, 3 of them are pretty far, but there's a couple theaters that actually they're going to be playing it, and it looks like there's about 4 showings a day. And that's starting July 3rd. So,
do you think we'll get a violent attack at one of those?
I was kind of thinking the same thing, Chris.
I'm worried that I think they might try to do something to this man, because after this movie gets released, there's going to be more people talking about it, and that's probably when
he's a raging anti-Semite. Yeah.
Well, I think that's when they're going to drop the documentary as well. And once they do that, like that's why they're going to try to bury it and hide it as quickly as they could. You know, and they're praying that movie does not make any sales or that no one knows about it. That's why I keep talking about it whenever I get a chance to. You know, that IMDb, they gave it 8.5 out of 10.
Oh wow!
Which I'm surprised, because it's usually those type of IMDb and all that, like it's controlled by other factors and other scumbags. So I do know that they had a premiere for this thing like 3.5 years ago. And the people who did see it, they said it is a completely heartbreaking movie, but it's something that everyone has to see. They have to be aware of what's going on, and it's another reason why once you see it, you're going to be even more infuriated about what happened at the border and what's continually happening at the border. You know, it's
happening right now.
It's sad. It's sad and it's rough, but you know, if people don't do anything, you know, there's going to be more nonsense like this. There's going to be more horrible things going on. You know, we don't need that. Here is, I'm going to grab the link and put it out there in the chat, because I found their website.
Well, it just makes you look at like stuff we've seen in the past, like that painting that Jamie Lee Curtis had in her dining room next to the dining room table of the little dead kid in the bin, you know, or that one painting of the scared albino kids running through the woods naked, getting chased by dogs and torn apart. Like, who has paintings like this?
Oh,
who wants to look at that? Like, that's something
the Podestas do.
Yeah, like that should be like at least a visit from the police. Like,
at the very
welfare
least.
check.
Yeah, at the very least. And one of those artists too, he also did like that. There's a couple of famous creepy paintings of the presidents doing really bizarre things with like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton in the blue dress, dirtied. Like you said, Bush playing with his paper airplanes and all that crap. Dude, it's insane.
I think what they need is they need to have a visit by Nurse Ratchet. And what's going on, Nick?
Yeah, Nick, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey, yep.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Nice, man. It's great to have you. Yeah, we were just kind of talking a little bit of what's going on in the Hollywood scene of stuff, the heroes and the villains.
Yeah, man, it's funny because I see the picture and I love how Mel Gibson's become a hero now. That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Well, again, he was never really a villain. They tried to vilify him and try to get him kicked out of Hollywood because he was exposing them years ago, and they didn't like that. So it's like, okay, we'll make an example of him. You know, we got drunk. Oh, let's bait him and entrap him into other shit. and they tried. He had a comeback, but the thing is, again, I don't know how much if you were listening before or not, but we're talking about how he's responsible for helping a number of children over in a certain country that again has the colors of Best Buy, blue and yellow. But it's one of the central hubs for human trafficking, which is again documented, and the documentary should be coming out, I think, later this year, hopefully. But yeah, we're talking about this guy Tim Ballard, who they did this movie, The Sound of Freedom. By the way, the link is in the chat now, so if you guys want to check it out and get tickets to it, it's Tim Ballard, who basically, just a quick recap, he's the guy who was like an ISN agent or something, even on the border, and he found a bunch of kids, and he saw how big the human trafficking ring was, and that no one was doing anything. So he quit his job, went undercover, and started saving these kids all around the world. They made a movie about him, and Jim Caviezel, the guy who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ, he's playing him in the movie. And Hollywood shelved the movie for like a good 4 years, something like that. They didn't want it being released because it exposes like where these kids go, all over California, all these Hollywood, these producers, all these type things, all over the world. Could be in Bangkok. These kids go anywhere. But yeah, it's disgusting. And they showed the $34 billion industry that it is. It surpassed the drug industry, all this stuff. And the movie wasn't going to get released. Mel Gibson stepped in, and he did the final cut of the movie, and he got it's going to be released on the 4th of July. And again, for those people who are unaware, the link is there. If you click on that, they're doing this thing where if you can't afford to get a ticket, as long as someone else buys one, you can get a ticket for free. So it's like a pay it forward kind of deal that they have there. So they want.
Yeah.
They want more people to see it.
That's wild, man. That's really wild. I'm glad he's doing it. I'm glad. It's one of those things where I'm glad there's always more information coming out about that stuff and things like that. And like I've said it before, man, I like movies. Mm-hmm. I like, once again, I grew up with movies, and that's a part of my life, a part of all of our lives. But also, like, actors are pieces of shit in general, and the whole system is terrible, especially now. One article I keep seeing pop up, I know this is not related to that, but I kept seeing it this last weekend, was Netflix kept boasting about how their signups have skyrocketed all of a sudden over the past weekend. And I was like, of course they are, because everybody who was on their buddy's account now has to sign up for their own account. So of course your signups are going to go through the roof.
Oh, okay. Oh, they all right. They pushed that forward.
Yeah, they lost. Consumers lost. Yep.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like if you really like, Bud Light should, like, everybody should, Bud Light should be like the textbook thing we do now if we ever don't like a company. Pull all of our money out. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck with them. Don't do anything. Just do a silent protest of all the money just doesn't go to you anymore. Just do that. It's real easy. Just save your money.
Well, that's impulse control now.
That's a boycott. That's I love that.
I do too. It's just you like, until we can find a way to shame or there's a mechanism to shame people, because like honestly, dude, the Anheuser-Busch and the gender fluid and like all the jokes are like, what are you, gay? When you try to buy a beer, like that works, but how can you do that from Netflix? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a morality thing that led to that boycott. It was a shame thing that led to that boycott.
Yeah,
that's true. But
I mean, no, really. I mean, honestly, what you're talking about and what Nick is talking about with the shit with boycotting, it's not even so much boycotting. You're just taking away your funding of these people. You're telling them, I am no longer going to be your consumer, and there's a whole bunch of people that think the same way. We are not going to give you our money. You vote with your wallet. And I know there's been a lot of people on YouTube and social media have always said that, but they don't practice it.
Yeah, they don't follow through.
Now you're seeing people following through, and look what happened with Target with all the bullshit that they were doing. In less than 2 or 3 weeks, they lost over $10 billion. That is significant enough that it cost the company to make changes.
Yeah, but it was shame that did that. It wasn't moral outrage. It was shame.
It wasn't shame. It was money.
No, dude, I watched.
Companies know.
I don't think, like, what I'm trying to say is that the shame is what cost the money. The shame is what deterred the people from buying the products, because people walked in and you had people go, oh, you want to get your toddler this nip and tuck, or this penis tucking thing for your 2-year-old? Awesome, here you go. Like that's what gets the boycotts, because people are like, well, on second thought, maybe I don't want that. But the moral outrage, like you said, it doesn't persist. It doesn't create that follow through. There needs to be something else.
But you think just the fact that Netflix has like almost no content to watch now, cuties as well. No, cuties should definitely be part of the conversation. But the fact that you have there's nothing to watch on there, even though they spend $20 billion a year on content. There's like, you watch 5 things and that's it. Like that should be part of the conversation. It's like, how many VOD apps you have until you start, just going back to cable again.
Yep.
You go back to the cable model. Like, that should be part of the conversation. It's like, well, how often do you use it? Like, honestly, after the last Stranger Things came out, I quit Netflix because I'm like, I'm not using it at all. It's costing more and more per month, because I think it's almost $20 a month now or something. And they keep emailing me now. They're like, oh, come back for $6.99 a month for 3 months, and then I'll go back to the normal price. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Even Nick, we're already starting to kind of see the return to cable with a lot of these companies buying out other companies and making partnership deals with the other ones. And sooner or later, we're going to get to the point where you're going to get one company that's going to say, hey, well, how about if I sublet all these different streaming services on the one platform, and it's going to be cable 2.0. It's going to happen at some point.
It's already that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen, because it's going to be, it's already, I don't even know how they're all doing it, because a lot of streaming services are not turning a profit. I know, I'm pretty sure Disney Plus is not at all.
Oh no, they're in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, massively.
Yeah, and so that's going to happen with the other streaming services, and so I think you're right, Tommy. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Is one company is going to be like, I'll just buy all this up, and then I'll provide the whole service, and then you get Comcast again.
They'll use the boycott they'll use the writer's strike for the reasoning too. Oh well, since that happened, that's why there's no new content. Because that was my bitch about Disney Plus. Hey, hold on, and you up the price, but what the fuck have you given me? Like, there's no new content or content I even want to watch.
Yeah.
So where's the shows that you would get those things for? And then before that, like, you had Peacock, and then Paramount Plus came out, and they would have certain stuff. But now the stuff that was on Paramount Plus half the time ends up on Peacock, so it all rolls over anyway.
Yeah.
At no point. It's like
The only strength that streaming services have right now over cable is that you can cancel your plan at any time.
Yes.
And that's the only bonus. That's the only thing. And that's going to go away soon, too. They're now going to start locking in deals. They're going to jack their prices up, and they're going to lock in annual deals or something to that effect, because they want that recurring revenue.
It's going to be like Columbia House all over again. They're going to get the low deals.
Yeah. Well, no. But I've seen this. Like, I've worked in product management. I've watched how pricing works and how you basically set out these pricing schemes. This is predatory, and it's by design. I mean, they literally, they're not making money. None of these streaming services are making money. In fact, did you know that Netflix isn't even a video streaming service? It's actually a data collection and analysis service. It's actually collecting all of your data and analyzing it. The movies and stuff, that's just a byproduct. That actually has very little on their business. Yeah, they're selling all that shit.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think we know where. Real quick, let me say hello to some of the other people who did show up. We have DJ D show. He's up. Who did I see in there? Planet Tobor. How you doing, man? Edwin, what's up, man? I think we said hi to Papa Cotton before, but it's something else what's going on. It's crazy. But like I said, I am really looking forward to seeing what else is going to happen there, because Mel Gibson, like I said earlier, he sent this whole film crew out with Tim Ballard to go overseas to that central hub of the Best Buy colored country. And they said they filmed a 4-part documentary that exposes so much. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. And I pray to God nothing bad happens to Mel, because I think they're going to try to take these people off the board. Tim Ballard still goes in front of Congress in these places, and he's telling them what the hell's going on and how people need to step up, and no one's doing shit. So, yeah, it's going to have to be word of mouth, this movie, the documentaries. Yeah, let everybody know. Because he said Google Chrome is a real thing that the celebrities like, and these other famous people enjoy.
You know? Man, I can't wait for the season of the Mel Gibson exposés that start coming out. Did you know in 1986 Mel Gibson backhanded some mouthy bitch? Right. We have video of it.
It was just Kathleen Kennedy, so it's okay.
No, several women come forward.
He did it in his underwear with a wife beater on.
Oh my God. It'll be the beginning of like Lethal Weapon when he's walking around naked and shit. It'll be like clips of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait until they do deep fakes. They're gonna start pushing that.
Yeah.
Like, didn't the DeSantis thing do that?
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna use the AI shit.
It's
scumbag DeSantis what he did. He freaking put Trump hugging these other creeps, and oh man.
Oh, God. Yeah, I can't wait for the documentaries to come out. It sounds very interesting. I definitely want to watch it. And and once again, I'm with you. I hope nothing happens to the guy, and I hope the documentary comes out regardless.
Yeah,
because it needs to happen. It needs to expose these people for who they actually are.
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
They haven't given us that flight log yet.
Yeah, like they ever will.
They're not going to. We need like some hacker group to go and like get it off the computer or something.
Yeah. Well, they said there's a couple of flight log lists that are out there. They said there's a submarine list as well.
Yep.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hold on. You didn't know this. Apparently, Ghislaine Maxwell. This came out in court. This is real. She has a license to drive a submarine, and she was taking people from I think they said Hawaii or I don't know. It was some crazy shit. It was like a James Bond villain. Was it
a 3-hour tour?
Yeah, right. They say as long as there was there were no weapons or guns or missiles or anything like that on the submarine, like she had a very specific license, and they said they were doing that, and she was bringing people to the island. All these clients that don't exist.
Dear God, man! I love how there's so much evidence in this whole thing, but it seems like they have blackmailed so many people way higher up that nobody can say anything because everybody's connected to it. It seems like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what the dude that made they based the movie on. That's what he was saying too. He found connections with all this stuff, and that's why he keeps coming out and he's doing what he's doing. I don't know, man. God is definitely protecting him right now because one of the documentaries I saw, they could have been easily killed within like 3 seconds.
Jeez.
Where they were, and if they got exposed. It wouldn't have taken much for them to just kick open a door and gun them down.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's insane. And he's saved thousands of kids.
At this point, if they released like a list of clients and whatever, I wouldn't even believe it. It's been too long. Like I just it's like that. It's like X-Files had a thing about it where it's like disinformation. But that's what I would think that it would be, whatever list we got at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
Ghislaine.
Holy shit! She's like, yeah, we're gonna take you on another Disney tour. Everyone, all aboard the submarine.
Oh shit!
Nope. Holy shit!
Yeah, and that's why people need to shift their money away from Hollywood and give it to, independent. Content creators, not just us, but other people as well.
Yeah. Well,
fuck them and fuck their whole lifestyle, man. Really.
Oh, exactly. That's why I don't tolerate any of that bullshit. Whenever I see people being bullied or these scumbags trying to, send their nut jobs after other people, it's like, dude, mind your own fucking business. Do your own thing. Stay away from everyone. Stop being an evil piece of shit. There's too many of them out there.
Well, it just seems to be that's what the creative industries attract, regardless of them being independent or mainstream, corporate, whatever. It's like you get a lot of naive people that are like, I'm just in it to do the books. I'm just in it to do the art. And then you get the people that are like, yes. And they smile, look you in the eyes as they twist the dagger in your gut.
Of course.
That's the industry, dude. Like I was in it. When I worked in the video game industry, I literally had people step on me to get to higher positions. They exclude me and oh yeah, we made up we had a meeting at lunch. Oh, I'm sorry you weren't there. You know, like that's a common thing.
Yeah, and I bet you were in the main group chat, and all of a sudden you didn't get the message in the main group chat because they had another secret group chat that you weren't part of.
Yep.
And you know they were just like, oh yeah, exclude you, and it's like, oh, we need to go have a meeting about this guy and about something else because he's not cool anymore. He's not part of the cool kids anymore.
Oh wait,
difficult to work
Whisper
with.
Network, a Whisper Network.
Yeah,
there you go.
They all do it. Even the ones who claim that we got into this because we hate Whisper Networks. They're worse than them. They're like SJWs mixed with Antifa. They're that bad. It's disgusting. Some of the evil shit I've seen them do to people. And it's horrific. And they don't stop. They do not stop. It's gross, man. Well, that's why I said, man, we don't tolerate it. We don't fucking deal with that bullshit either. I like what Sambagogo put here. 20,000 PDFs under the sea.
Okay.
Under the sea. We got Ruben in the house. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Good seeing you, man. But yeah, it's this is something else, man. And too many people, they sit there on their hands and like they'll go with the flow, or like, no, I don't want to ruffle feathers. I don't want to be called out either. So everyone does the wrong thing, or they let the bad shit
by design.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they don't want it to be them.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I think also people are afraid. People might be afraid of the disinformation campaign because when they do that for people who are trying to expose them, they go fucking hard and like they'll make up shit like you said. They'll do AI stuff maybe and face things or whatever. But it's like if you get that if you attack somebody that fast, that quickly, that hard across all these platforms, what is there to say that that you're telling the truth and they're lying? And that's on the other. I mean, at that point you're at the court of public opinion, and like I know I'm with you. Like people need to tell the truth and be out there, but like the misinformation campaign for some of these things, and especially something that big, must be massive. Must be incredibly massive and incredibly quick.
Oh yeah.
And and anybody who exposes people like that, God bless you. Really, we need you. Thank you for putting your life, your livelihood, and everything on the line. That's wonderful. But I understand. I understand people who are like, who've probably seen it and who are truly terrified by it, because I mean, you are literally putting you're literally putting your entire life up in front of everybody to get judged and maybe get scrutinized and get pissed on, and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen at all. So, but yeah.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Well, yeah. Look at this dude. I mean, Jim Caviezel. He's not getting many roles because why? He's Christian. He's fighting for the right things, and that he got his name attached to this. Everything dried up for him. Hollywood doesn't want this guy anywhere, and that's why
what the media used to do, Vinny. Like the media used to would cover this kind of shit. Not anymore.
Oh no, yeah.
Doing
investigations
on I saw a video. Someone was talking about a hypothetical day that they had, and everything that this person did. He woke up in the morning. Use the toilet. The toilet is owned by BlackRock Vanguard. Everything he broke out throughout his day is all owned by the same people.
And you know what?
Every last bit of it.
Well, also we're now in a nightmarish hellscape where we were so focused on separating the church and state that we never bothered to keep the corporations and the state separate. So all that BlackRock Vanguard stuff, that's the government now.
Oh, absolutely.
The government is in everybody's business, even when you shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and BlackRock, they decide what happens to our money and where it's going and how they want to push for digital shit so they can control us even more.
Yep.
And ladies and gentlemen, what do we call the lucrative merger of corporation and state?
Starts with an F?
Yes, ends with an ism.
Yep. Aaron, it's something we all get accused of when we deny it.
Everybody put your money into Bitcoin. Hurry, do it.
Once they push the digital, all the cryptocurrency is going to go out the window. Yep. They have all the banking analysts. Everyone already broke this shit down. They could shut it all down because none of it is federal run, and they could deem it illegal and just shut it. That's why
Well,
they're doing
from when I was reading about that, Vinny, there's already a bank in New York, a federal owned bank in New York that's actually already pushing that digital stuff to try to replace the dollar, and they're trying to make it central right there. And there's a lot of other banks across the country that are warning of what they're trying to do.
Yep. That's why they're trying to trick the young people, because they know the young people don't want cash. They don't want to hold anything. They just want to hold their phone in their hand. So, everything's through the phone. Digital's better. Oh, yeah, that's right. But that destroys everyone. Any business that relies on tips, waiters, waitresses, barbers, artists, whatever, all that stuff goes out the window completely. They're gonna kill small businesses. This is part of what they want to do. And the thing is called the Fed Now, by the way, the digital one that they want to push. Yep. So if you see Fed Now anywhere, it's a very bad thing.
Coming to you in July.
Yeah, that's what they're pushing for.
And here's the shitty thing: they're going to push it on people that don't have a lot of money and who want to get their money out of places quickly, and they're going to make it so easy to use, so quick. The transfers are going to be so fast, rather than PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, that you're going to be forced to use it. And when so many people start using it, every store and every restaurant, every Etsy or Shopify account's going to have to use it too. And that's going to be the problem.
Well, you can see them already starting it. They're tacking on fees for third parties. Like I use PayPal to pay commissioned artists, and suddenly I'm getting hit with all of these huge fees now. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh, that's right. The regime introduced these new taxes.
Well, the push on smaller people too. I mean, that began almost a year ago with some of the stuff that they implemented against online selling sites, and it's the problem that I'm having right now, and it's the reason that I can't generate extra money to take care of the pigs and all the other shit that I want to do, because I usually would go on eBay and sell shit. But now, if I sell more than $600 in a year, I'm going to get taxed heavily by the IRS. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous, the kind of shit.
But use Fed Now.
But you know, and here's the funny thing, though, and I didn't know this. So apparently, there's a big problem with eBay and PayPal, because eBay is completely separated from PayPal now at this point too. I don't know how many people are aware of that. I had no clue.
Yeah, that's been for a little while now.
Yeah, I had no clue about that. I had no clue whatsoever, because when I went to, because they deactivated my eBay as a seller for some reason, even though I had a wonderful seller rating and all that stuff, they kind of deactivated me as a seller, and they listed me as a new seller. And then they said, oh, well, you got to update your bank info. And I'm like, why? It was all attached to PayPal. Oh, well, we're not associated with PayPal anymore. Wait a minute. I thought PayPal was owned by eBay. At least I thought it was at one point. And apparently, it's just complete separation now from them.
Yeah, they sold it to China, dude. China owns PayPal and has since
that's Elon's baby.
Yeah.
Man, it's frightening. And Tree Rock, man, oh shit, dude. Sorry to hear about this. Oh man, he was forced to resign his last job because he told the truth and he did his job. He goes, what was my reward? I was wrote up piece of shit high school cliques exist in the workplace. Yeah, it's horrible, man. It's horrible. I've seen shit like this myself. I've been part of it as well, that these people they tried to cancel me not too long ago. Like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, in certain little fucking piece of shit groups, putting lies about me, mimicking my campaign and putting it on Kickstarter 3 fucking times, where I had to get the Federal Trade Commission involved to shut it down. Oh, it's amazing how these scumbags operate, and people still have their hands over their eyes. You know, it's gross. It's gross in every level. You know, and that's just a little bit. I've seen other people getting tormented and tortured even worse. You know. Like, I don't know, man, but still got to stand up and do the right thing, because a lot of people won't. And the majority of people who know what's going on, the ones who know that what's going on, and then they don't fucking do anything, and they're like, oh, just again, I don't want to be next. Well, there's the reason why the scumbags are still in charge. That's the reason why people are still doing horrible things, because everyone else just complies or looks the other way. If you know something's wrong, you got to speak up. You got to step up. That way you can cut that cancer out. You don't cut that cancer out, it's going to grow even worse. And then you're really fucked.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's terrible. I mean, I'm happy that what is it? I think they outlawed federal digital currency in Florida, didn't they?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? Because I think DeSantis is deep state. I think right now they're giving us cake, and then while we're eating it, they're gonna slip shit in the middle of it with him. I don't know. I'm feeling that because some of the dirty things he's been saying and doing, it just doesn't make any sense.
Well,
and that oh, go on.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say because he went over to he went overseas to get his pats on the head before he said he was running for president, and he went to some places that were kind of nefarious or have some very screwed up connections. It's like, why'd he go there? Why'd he go there for approval? You said you're running for president in the United States, not in those other countries. So explain that one.
Yeah, one country in particular that Republicans always have to get the approval of some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you insinuating that it's my country?
I don't know what made you think that. But
I'm feeling very blue.
On the
he didn't go to Korea.
I'm gonna say, oh.
But Vinny, what you were saying about how DeSantis outlawed digital currency in Florida, if the Fed mints coin as legal tender, I don't think that will stand up.
Yeah, like I think they're telling people what they think they want to hear right now, and then they're going to pull the rug out from under us. That's
a politician.
It's false hope.
Oh,
yeah.
How else can you demoralize people if they're fully if they're at that last point of demoralization and they're at that point where it's like nothing surprises them anymore? You kind of have to like get the stool underneath them so you can kick it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And RR, he was saying the same thing too. Yeah. Sanctimonious has low energy. Jeb funding him. Yeah, of course he's deep state. Yeah.
Please clap.
And they said he might have some connections with Skull and Bones as well. And we know that the Bushes were all involved.
Did anybody read the article about this little girl who did like a science fair project and said all the presidents, all the presidents who have ever like been president or like can be whittled down to like 11 families or something or 11 people or whatever?
It's aristocracy. Yep. Yeah. We don't have elected officials. It's all aristocracy. The election is an illusion. It's not real.
Yeah, and nepotism.
Yeah. I think that red pill moment for me was when I got deregistered from my state. I'm sorry, you chose poorly. Deregistered.
Yeah, like, you're New Hampshire, so yeah, I had to, when I first moved here, I had to like keep at each election had to keep registering to vote, even though I did it at the city town jerk's office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I still had to do it. Even they couldn't find me on the register. I'm like, what the heck?
Yep. Yeah. Dude, and I waddled my fat ass down to the courthouse and everything during COVID. Because I'm all like terrified. I'm like, oh God, I'm on immunosuppressants. This is gonna kill me. So I endured that entire line to have these morbidly obese middle-aged women shouting at me for waiting till the last minute when I had been trying to schedule through their stupid phone service that nobody ever picked up for.
Yeah.
Or
I sure hope when you waddled down there, Chris, that you went whack whack whack.
Yeah. But no, it just
carrying a
pisses
bucket
me
of
off.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, it I say no, but it really pisses me off that I like put myself out there to do that, like with all the shit that was wrong. Yeah, I went out there and did it, and then they're like, "I'm sorry, you chose poorly."
Yeah,
negate. It was like, why did I waste all that time?
To vote? Oh, you silly boy.
But I mean, and I think that's a point of like that kind of bureaucracy, even at the state level.
Yeah,
is like to make it difficult for you to do anything, to make it so arduous that you don't want to do anything. That's the whole part of the plan, is this kind of doing it that way. So it's like, man, do I really want to go down and vote, or do I just want to order a pizza? It's like, I'll order a pizza. It's fine.
While
state government,
while simultaneously registering the people that they want to vote up at the DMV automatically, where they're just chilling at home and they're getting ballots. Like, I didn't even know I was registered.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wow. What a bunch of crazy shit. I like that man.
I'll tell you, Vinny, there's only one way out of this.
What's that?
Big way.
Rorschach's Journal, 6/11/2023. If you want everything to go back to normal, put a pig in office. Look at our faces. How can you say no? We are cute, we are fuzzy, and we promise everybody will have hay, carrots, and lettuce. You will know happiness. Rorschach out.
I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a better option for sure.
Yeah.
I like that mainliness. He goes, "Is this the Chris Fisk Black Pill stream?" Well, yes, it is. This here, I reckon. Oh my god, it's crazy. The pig in office. I don't like Chris Fisk.
Dude, that guy's
no,
like a
we
cartoon
said
character.
pig, not whale.
I love when Chris Christie talks about pot smokers having no control, no self-control.
Right. Hey, motherfucker, you can't even put down a donut, bitch.
Like his,
This is
his like
I've
butt
never-
is bigger than his shoulders. Like,
I've never seen video of him like taking a walk or a stroll or a nice jaunt on the street
or a
ever.
salad eat.
Or even a salad. Yeah,
It's always in a restaurant.
he's never ordered a taco salad from Trump Tower. Come the fuck on, man. You know?
And Nick, he can't do that. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this guy. I mean, actually seen him. Like, he closed down a beach in New Jersey during COVID, so he could have the whole thing to himself. And the whole time, if you look in the photos, you could see the whale watcher boats right out there on shore and make sure it's okay.
It is hilarious.
He is such a
Remember?
bastard.
So it's the fat kid in Pee Wee's Pee Wee Herman's movie that was bathing in the tub or in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah,
little
remember
Chris
the-
Christie.
Remember that whole unspoken thing when he had the coof and everyone was like paying extra attention because he was so fucking big and
Yeah.
They were wondering.
They're like,
They
is
were
his heart
wondering,
gonna
is it really
explode now?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's that scene from Monty Python, Mr. Creosote.
Yes.
I'm stuffed.
Correct me if
Has
I'm wrong.
anybody checked on
It's the
Chris Christie?
mitzvah.
Oh, whack
Well,
thing?
Even if he does
Totally.
collapse, all they got to do is just, roll him down a hill somewhere. But
Oompa, loompa, doompa.
yeah, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Trump used to play like footage of him eating somewhere, like a fast food place, and it was just like hilarious?
Probably.
Oh my God.
Probably. It's
Dude,
$1
just
million.
play tuba music. Just have him
Yeah.
walk
Oh
and play
God.
tuba music.
Oh God, that thing.
Stop it! I've got a glandular problem.
Well, then cut out the gland and get the fat vacuum out of your fat fucking ass.
Yeah,
Right?
just take a knife and a
Jeez.
vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, man. Come
I
on.
mean-
You're a politician. You got money. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you
I
think with all the money
remember
that they're
this-
stealing, that they want to live longer? So maybe, I don't know, get a
Yeah.
personal trainer and eat right? I
You
don't
know what? Chris Christie back in the day wasn't that bad. I remember the early Popeye things when he was just asking for a hamburger next Tuesday. I mean, really, how far that guy is falling.
Oh, ain't that the
God.
truth? Alex
wrong.
He's
Gogo,
wrong.
he said
I
Hans
mean,
got 2024.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
all right with that. Yeah. Who's going to be my running mate? Will it be Chewie?
Actually, Chewie would be a wonderful running mate because you're the only one who can decipher what he's saying. So there you go.
Well, it definitely won't be Chris Christie. He can't run.
He can't run. He can't walk quickly. He just
Barely get up.
Really,
He gets wind.
really.
He gets winded taking a piss. Okay.
Yeah. He
So do
sweats when
I.
he eats.
Well, that's because you're old. There's a difference.
That's
Yeah.
right. I'm 90 something. Did you hear what happened with my film? Everyone's rejecting it. I told you fuckers. Always listen to Hans Cock. Boycott, boycott, boycott Indiana Jones. I did it for the money, you stupid sons of bitches. Do
But the
not
good thing is
watch.
that the good thing is that the piles of money that you're sleeping on are nice and stiff now for your old back. So you're good. You're fine. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
You know what else is stiff? It's in your mom.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Billy's mom, because he's drinking the juice and I'm giving mom the juice.
Oh.
Phoebe Waller, Hans, I don't know what her name is. She's a piece of driftwood. They said
FWB.
she steals the show, apparently. I get put in my place. My wife left me. It's a bitter old take on a bitter old character, and nobody wants to see it. It's a sad, sad ending to a great character. Remember, there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. Never forget. I'm pouring a 40 out for my characters. Thank you. But yeah, no, you got to remember this. I mean, anything KK was involved in, they just destroyed everything, and it's the same script. It's destroy your favorite characters, your male characters, replace them with women, and they're old and decrepit now, the men, and they don't count for shit, and they're bumbling idiots.
I'm telling you, she really is. She is the perfect foot soldier for the board of directors and everybody that are sending down the orders. She will do exactly what they tell her to do every single
absolutely.
time. Why do you think that some of her earlier works weren't as bad that she was, helping on? Because she was being told what to do, and she followed orders. Now she's following the orders of the heads of Disney.
Yeah, of course.
Unfortunately, I'm going to go watch it for the channel. I told Jeff that, and we're probably gonna. It's probably gonna be a couple of us, maybe all of us, gonna go watch for the channel, but it's gonna be terrible. I know it is, but we're doing it because I don't know, morbid curiosity, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I want to know if anybody's ordained. Can somebody at least put a prayer or a good wish on Nick?
Jeff is ordained, so yes.
Jeff is ordained. Jeff is ordained.
Yes, he is. So is ETEP.
He's got his paperwork.
Nice. Yep. We'll have ETEP say one over you too.
I'm sending you a blessing, just like I'm sending a blessing to She-Hulk, right into Tokus. I still say boycott that shit. I'm the hero you deserve. I tell you how it is.
I mean, it seems like the only male hero we have now, one is John Wick. Mm-hmm. 2 seems to be Mission Impossible, but it's slowly going away, it seems like.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. That Tom
he is
Cruise
100% crazy, but
also a good entertainer.
Yeah,
he's a good entertainer. What's it? Top Gun 2 was a lot of fun, really good. Mission Impossible's been pretty solid so far.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, if you want some reality, just go watch the Mummy movie he did. Stig, what's up, buddy?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So bad.
Holy shit, man! It's one of those, well, no, it's one of those things where Universal just can't get that I guess that old monster dick out of their fucking mouth. Because they want to constantly redo that shit over and over again, and they just don't know how to do it.
Here's the thing. I think Dracula Untold was great. That was the movie you should have led from, but instead it didn't make the money that they were hoping for. But they released it at a stupid time. It didn't come out during Halloween. It came out at some other weird time in the year. You screwed it up.
That Dracula Untold was actually supposed to be the beginning of the new MonsterVerse. I mean, and it was actually supposed to be included as part of the MonsterVerse with the new Godzilla and King Kong and all that. It was supposed to be a big, greater, wider MonsterVerse. But because it didn't do as well as they were hoping, they kind of nixed the Universal monster aspect from their MonsterVerse. Maybe at some point they might revisit it, but yeah.
Well, but again, The Wolfman was great with Benicio del Toro. That movie was great. Dracula was great. We had The Mummy. This was the stupidest thing. You don't.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, because once they started doing that MonsterVerse stuff, they kind of had plans around Dracula, but they didn't know exactly what they were doing yet. They knew that they wanted to have something spin off. That's why they had a modern thing at the end of the movie, which was fine. Or how they were going to go with it, but your next movie should have been with Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll, or Jekyll and Hyde rather. That's what you should have done. Because that was interesting. That part of the movie was interesting. That's what you should have led with. Because then now you have him established. He's supposed to be the head of this kind of agency thing, but yet he's keeping his monster at bay. It would have made more sense. And you don't go with Tom Cruise because that was a huge, huge mistake.
No, you don't.
He makes all this money. Here's the thing. He steps in there and he wants to put his own spin on it.
Yep.
He wanted to turn that movie into Uncharted.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He literally wanted to do that. So they destroyed what this movie was supposed to be. Then you have a great actress. I mean, all right, fine. You want to do a female version or lead it with her? She did a good job. I had no problem with her. But what did they do in the movie? They passed it over to him. Why is he the Mummy? This doesn't make any fucking sense. And that he's a good guy or whatever the hell crap they were doing. just would have.
Maybe I'm a Philistine, but I actually really liked, like, speaking of monster movies where it was like a mashup of them. Do you guys remember A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was so much. I love that movie.
freaking love that one.
Unapologetically, I love that movie. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think and I think I think that's been the problem with Universal's monster stuff. Like, they seem to project, like, they want to make a certain amount of money so it can go forward. It's like, no, you need like, I think even Marvel went through this as well, where, like, even with Iron Man 1, they made a lot of money but not enough to keep going, but they kept going because they had a plan. And eventually the money came with it. And Universal seems to be scared, not wanting to do the Disney Marvel thing and, like, make 3 movies that are going to be kind of okay, but, like, once you get to the 3rd or 4th one, then you start making the money. It starts coming in. You start getting the universe going.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is with Universal, like, once again, they can go R, unlike Disney, and they can make it cool and make something. And I think people want the R. They want the R.
They do, because I look at some of, like, the classic, movies that we grew up with. There's a lot of them that are hard R's. They are not in that way. I know someone's gonna say
What you call me?
It's not a light R rating, though. Yeah, you're right. It's the RR.
Yeah,
like fucking Commando, fucking Tango Cash, like Lethal Weapon,
so much
RoboCop,
great stuff.
RoboCop
But
2,
even, like, the horror
like,
elements.
dude,
Look at your Friday the 13th.
Nightmare on
You
Elm
know,
Street.
Oh,
Nightmare on Elm
yeah,
Street.
fuck yeah, dude.
The Thing. I was watching that again today because we're gonna be watching it on Trina's channel. Man, just forgot how much gore is in that.
Dude, The Thing is fucking the best goddamn movie in the world. I swear, I fucking love that so much.
Yeah.
Dude,
Definitely one of the
freaking
best
masterpiece.
remakes.
I cannot wait to talk about that on Trina's channel. And I know a lot of people shit on that prequel that they did in 2011. I thought it worked, and it was like a perfect setup that leads directly into the 82 movie, and it makes more sense out of kind of the situation that happened. Like, I like that the other outposts had this incident. They're the ones that kind of found it. Like, it made sense for what it was. Was it perfect? No. But were the elements there? Hell yeah, they were. And it didn't do anything to hurt the original movie, because most of these things, when they do a prequel or a remake, they fuck it up so bad, and it's like, well, what did you do? This made me like The Thing even more, and that's a good.
Yeah,
They made the title different.
I don't know.
I was like,
I don't know why they kept it like that.
No, they did that to literally confuse you. That's why they did. They literally did that to confuse you. They knew what they had. They knew what they had. They knew that the original thing had a cult following, and they did that just to fuck with you. Honestly, that's same thing. Same with Halloween 2018. It's just called Halloween. So that now when you look at it, you have to put Halloween 1978. Unless you and if you don't know better, you're gonna get fucked and watch the new one, and you're gonna be screwed up. That's what they're trying to do.
Oh yeah. But real quick, let me say hello to William Palmieri. What's up, brother?
Hey.
Hail for your lunch break. Yeah, we were just saying hard R's. Again, not that hard R. Like hard R in movie. I'll just play it.
Am I the only professional? Guys who act like a bunch of
Pistachio ice cream.
always saying they're gonna kill each other.
Yeah. RR, baby. RR.
Yeah.
You gotta stop coming down on me, my pigger.
My pigger.
My pigger.
My pigger.
Oh my god.
Well, we were talking about the thing, and here's a fantastic actor that was in it.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Protect that man
fucking
at all
movie.
costs.
Fucking movie.
I got a theory about that too, and I mean, everyone does about the end of the thing, and yeah, well.
Oh, Childs being the Thing.
Well, yeah, because he had no breath. But
He
we're gonna
doesn't
talk
have
about
any
that on
breath,
Trina's channel and in
Yeah.
depth. And
Dude,
and
oh my god, man. I have that. Yeah.
how they could lead it into another movie. But
Well, I read the comic for it. There's actually a follow-up comic that explains it.
Really?
Oh,
And
no
the 3D
shit.
survives. Yeah.
Holy shit!
I didn't know that.
I need to find the digital version of that and read it right now.
Yes.
So here's the other question. You're going to be talking then, Katrina. Are we going to be talking about the original thing?
The thing that came from another
Well, I was planning on doing 82 and was it 2010?
Or 2011.
2011, those two. But did you want to get into the thing from another world?
We could just mention it. We don't have to go in depth about it, but we could talk about how it was actually that was the original movie that came out, and the thing with Kurt Russell was technically a remake.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Oh,
original
yeah, it was.
book was Who Goes There.
Yep, that's right.
But see, you know what I like about that, and I will say this is one of the things that they did get right with that. It was a complete remake, and it wasn't just a rebooting of it. You know what I mean? Like they actually changed the entire story around.
Yeah.
There was a few elements from the original one that they kept on, but they pretty much rewrote the entire story and told it in a different way. And I think that's one of the reasons that it worked so well.
Yeah, it seems like the '80s did that with like 2 or 3 movies, and it completely worked. Like you have The Thing, you have The Blob, and you have The Fly.
Yeah.
One more Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
You're right. And they did such a drastic, hard R fucking gory remake that you're just like, this is different, and I like it.
You're so good though. The Blob '80s movie, dude. They killed
God,
kids in that
don't get
one.
me started. That's such a fucking good movie.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I still love the classic too.
Dude, the town has Blobfest in July. Just so you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go so fucking bad.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god, dude, that phone booth scene.
Oh Jesus Christ! No! The scene that gets me is the kid in the doctor's office who gets like healed back as she's trying to hold his hand. And the hand rips off.
Oh god, yeah, help me,
yeah. Oh man.
Technically, no. Invasion of the Body Snatchers does fit in that timeline because it came out in '78.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah,
okay.
that's still and Leonard Nimoy was in that one, I think, right?
Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, Sutherland.
Yeah.
Oh, what's her face? Oh, shit. Just that final scene is the one that sends chills down your spine when she's like, she thinks that it's just her and him left, and then he turns and points and does the and it was like she just doesn't even run because she knows she's screwed.
Yeah. Dude, that's great. Well, I get that's what I like. They had in here too, because every time like they do get caught, like that one dude who was on the ice, like with his hand that was all screwed up, like that he was already changing. He was mimicking into the other dude. Like he was when he started doing that. They did it the same way. That same kind of screen.
Well, you know what? There is a few other things that technically you could mention that they did do in the '80s, like when they completely redid Buck Rogers, because that wound up being like '81 or something.
I think that was in the 70s, dude. Buck
Was
Rogers
it 70s or
centuries.
Was that 70? 79?
Yeah, because they had the pilot. So they originally aired the pilot in movie theaters.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because it was a short movie.
Yeah, and they killed Tiger Man and all this other stuff because, dude, Princess Ardala.
Manliness says 78
because of that chick. Yeah, and they ended up putting the pilot on the TV series as well, and we're like, am I taking crazy pills? This isn't what happened. What's going on? You know, but it got us into the show because, I mean, goddamn, man, you got Wilma Deering and Princess Ardala in that, and I'm like, you know, I had like the Hitchcock camera moment as like a 5-year-old sitting down watching that.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of seeing a pattern. So, I mean, technically, a lot of these remakes where they were starting to do them right actually started in the late '70s and carried on into the '80s. And it was right around that same time when you noticed we started getting a whole lot of movies that were like post-apocalyptic. I mean, you even look at Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers; they're all post-apocalyptic. You get Escape from New York, you get the Warriors, you get all these. The Mad Max, the Road Warrior, and the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that happened because it was after Vietnam and we were in a very cold war with Russia, and it was just like they might nuke us, they might not, we don't know, we might live to see tomorrow. What's going on? Yeah, so we had a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff.
Do you guys remember the TV series, the miniseries they had that like the morning after or the day after or whatever? It was the most dismal thing ever. It was like UC Berkeley gets nuked. And it's just basically I watched that movie. That movie was so fucking depressing. Yeah, I was like, why? Like, I don't want this to happen. but dude, yeah, it was because I remember we watched it in class because it was like that, you know, like during history we watched it like that time of year. It was so goddamn depressing. I was like, I want to hide under my desk and just call it a day. I just remember. Why did Officer Mahoney get like cancer? That's true. Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, he looked terrible. God, he looked terrible. His hair started falling out and everything. I was like, fuck. Oh man.
By the way, I heard this in a couple different places too. John Carpenter, he does want to make a sequel. to the
Yeah. We've been he announced it during the panel at Texas Frightmare a couple weekends ago.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
Dude, yeah. I'm curious to see what they would do, especially now with the technology we have. And would he bring back,
Man's a treasure, dude.
Mac?
I feel like he would bring back the old school way of doing things. He would use very little CG unless it was like absolutely needed for that stuff, because he's like, whenever you hear him talk about stuff, he likes the old way of doing things. He likes the latex and the rubber and the whole thing. He loves that.
He's also
you got to have practical effects in horror. You just do.
Yep.
Well,
100%.
He apparently, so the theme song to Stranger Things is based off of a song in Big Trouble in Little China during the kidnapping scene at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a note for note, like there's a few notes off. It's kind of like the WCW wrestling intros where you're like, that smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah. Where they slow down Teen Spirit or something. Yeah. I remember that.
And that's all John Carpenter. Like he was a master of low budgets because he did most of that shit himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he made. Well, I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing about movies is like, even though they're visual, like, they're more audio than anything else. Because think about whenever you're like doing housework or washing dishes, you can turn on a movie in the background and hear it, and you know where it is. You don't actually need to watch it. So it's more audio than anything. So that's kind of where he's good at.
Absolutely, Nick. Absolutely. You can't tell me you don't hear the first few bars of Escape from New York with that digital music, and you don't know exactly what it is.
No, 100%. And even the thing where you hear the helicopter go by and you hear the music go dun dun.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun, like real slowly, and you're like, I know where I am now. I'm in the middle of fucking Alaska or wherever the hell it is. Like you know where you are.
Awesome. Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws, same thing. You know that music like no other.
What about Psycho? Psycho had another soundtrack that was very distinctive. That
Oh yes, Rexist. Oh my God, yes, yeah. You had a lot of iconic and like back then, like you had to really try hard to get your shit going, man. Like nowadays, any asshole with an iPhone can make a fucking movie, and that's kind of the problem. But also
quality.
It's one of those things where it's like it's kind of the problem, it's kind of not, because anybody can be creative, but sometimes some people don't need to be creative. They just need to go like be a plumber somewhere.
That's a nice pep talk, Mom.
He's not wrong.
I'm just saying. I was like, listen, Billy, go make your movie on your iPhone. If you can't do it, there's trade school, kid. Yeah. You can still make money doing it. You can still make money fixing cars. There's no problem with that. No shame in that game, all right?
There's no shame in trade school.
Dude, that would be the best commercial ever. It's like, look at my new drawing, Mom. And it's like a crayon drawing, and the mom just has this look like somebody just shat in front of her. And she's like, oh, Billy, there's always trade school.
No, it's, oh, Billy. Oh, Billy, you should spend more time eating those crayons instead.
Yeah. Or she'd be like, oh, Billy, there's always CG.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Sit down, Billy, and drink.
And then there's the alternative version of that where it's like, oh, Billy, I'm stuck in the washing machine.
Get the fuck out of my house. Not okay.
Oh man. But definitely have fun watching the thing. Oh god, dude, that's like I watched it this last Christmas with the commentary. I watched the behind the scenes. I had the crazy Blu-ray from Arrow and things like that. Dude, it was fucking worth it, man.
Nice.
Every fucking penny. I even got the board game that came out last year. It's really fun to play. It's a lot of fun to play.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. I didn't really have one.
Yeah, it came out through Mondo, and they, if you pre-ordered it, you had like two extra pieces, and it's a lot of fun. It gets very tense when you start getting into it, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome.
It should be tense. That movie was fucking tense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then remember there was also the Xbox video game that came out. That was the sequel to the movie.
Oh no shit! I didn't
even know
yeah.
that.
That one was so much fun to play because you had little creatures coming out of you to battle this big thing at the end that was like over the ice. You had to like shoot it and stuff. It was a lot of fun, man.
So
Yeah,
they had a sequel video game, they had a sequel comic book, and now we have John Carpenter who said he wants to do a sequel. So I wonder how much they're gonna keep the same or just completely go in different directions.
They're gonna throw it all out because the comic book leads into like a whole series. It was a whole series of them, and it actually leads McCready to like a jungle, like South America, like all sorts of interesting stuff.
But, God, I'm gonna look that up and read it tonight, man. That sounds super cool. I'm sorry. That sounds awesome. Like
I love
more the thing. What? That's all I want in life. Not really. I want the comic book version. Not that. I think I love Carpenter. I really do. But I think he's done. I think he's done. I love the man. Everything he's done is wonderful.
What was the last movie he did?
Wasn't it that last Halloween movie?
He was involved with it. Well, I mean, he was executive producer. I don't think he was like
in name only.
yeah, he was executive producer and like he did the music and that was it.
Oh, jeez.
People died.
I think it was like the Ward or something he did. Or no, well, you can't even count that because he was just like on that set and he directed for a day. Therefore, they said it was directed by him. So I think something before that.
Man.
It may have been a Creep Show episode or something.
Well, I mean, writing-wise, at least, if he's not going to direct and do stuff like that, I mean, I think he might still have a little bit of a brain for. I don't know. Again, I know because when you hear stuff like this, these guys are in their later years, and they might not have still that same vision and whatnot. But I mean, that movie was one of his masterpieces, so maybe he still has something in the tank for that. You know.
Yeah, I mean that and Halloween. I mean they're iconic movies.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean he hasn't really had much involvement with Halloween in forever.
No.
And that one was kind of like the way it came about was a little bit different. But again, the thing was there was way more to it. There was more layers to it and everything. I know it was also based off of a book and all that, but I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if they will move forward and how much involvement he's going to have, and will it be good? Will they be bringing back Mac? I mean, Childs, and I don't know. But like I said, we'll hit theories and stuff like that over on Trina's channel. Real quick though, Nick, I wanted to know what are your thoughts on that kind of prequel? Did you like it or hate it, or were you with it?
Horror. I don't know. Horror remakes and prequels. Like when Hollywood goes through those phases, it's always interesting, and I feel like that one was bad, especially when you heard about the behind the scenes stuff because they were doing. There was a practical effects guy who did a lot of practical effects, and they brought them to the set and they used them, and the director who was like a newbie was like, "Oh, it doesn't look right from this angle." It's like, yeah, because it's made from the truth from the other angle. Like he almost didn't know what he was doing. If you just go through that stuff, and they went completely CG in the I guess the prequel. And the people who did the special effects made their own movie with Lance Henriksen called The Harbinger after that, and that one's a lot of fun.
Okay, I didn't see that.
That one's really a lot of fun. I recommend checking it. I think it's on Tubi and stuff like that, or somewhere to rent for like $2 or whatever. Definitely go check it out. I don't know. It's just one of the things where like that left a bad taste in my mouth because it just was like a blatant. It felt like a blatant cash grab, and then the way you found out who the thing was like a whole different way. Like they had a way figured out halfway through the movie, and I was like, that's not how it was. Like the entire camp was almost dead before they went to the blood thing, and even then when they went to the blood thing, that went horribly wrong because 2 guys died because like they were too slow with the flamethrowers.
Yeah,
it was a crazy sequence. So I don't know. It's just if you like it, that's it. Yeah, I mean, if you like it, that's cool. Like, no problem. But like personally, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Well, no, because I was just curious because again, they weren't trying to recreate the first movie at all. Like I didn't get that vibe because they knew what they were doing, especially at the end, and it made more sense, especially how the the 82 one started off. I like that they did that. But again, how they recreated every single set, like that type of stuff, I love. And like I said, we're
Yeah.
going to
No. They
break it
did.
down.
No. They did wonderfully making things look like it was from the like late 70s or early 80s. They did wonderful with the set design. It wasn't like Prometheus where it's like, oh, this is before aliens, but somehow we're more technologically advanced, like that bullshit.
Yeah.
No, I will 100% give you that. It looked like everything looked like it was from the 80s and it looked like it functioned in the 80s. It was very good with the set design. I will 100% give you that.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Because like that's why I'm looking forward to breaking it down on Trina's channel, because we go very thorough with these movies, even scene to scene, and I think it's going to be a blast. If you guys haven't yet, go check out her channel. It's fantastic, real horror on YouTube. Yeah, we broke down the crazies last week.
Hold on. Both of them or just the newest one?
Both of them.
Both.
Yeah, I did that in reverse. I watched the newest one first, and then the second one. The first one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one had like a very nice 60s charm to it. It was very good, but the new one just had that oomph to it, and I was like, man, they really went hard with the fucking new one.
Yeah.
I like the new one. Both the whole theme and what they did with them, like it was there, man. And again, we can't talk too much about it, but very, very similar to kind of things that are going on in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and that's the thing, like watching it, especially after all that crap, it's like, wow.
Yeah, especially with the original. I feel like the original is like the certain person that was head of all that stuff during that. Yeah, that guy. I feel like he watched the movie and was like, "Oh, this is an instruction manual."
Right? Oh my God! But the thing is, like, he was in there a little bit before I think they did that movie, so I wouldn't be surprised. Trina, I think you're onto something.
You know, I mean,
I love it.
They could have consulted with him and been like, "Hey, what would happen if?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm the world's greatest detective, but I think Barbara Gordon down there, I think you're right. Would you like to put in a cow? You're a Batgirl now.
Barbara is such a fine lady. I don't know why you give her such grief. She's got a little bit of spine damage now, but it's all good. Still feels pretty warm.
Oh shit! But yeah, I don't. Yeah, those movies were great. I enjoyed them. One went more heavy in the military side of it, and the other went more heavy into the aftermath of what that thing with the virus was doing. You know, again, I appreciate both of them. I prefer the newer one just because it's closer to some of the stuff that I was into, and like, you know, the proper Resident Evil games and shit, and like
It felt definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I forget who said it. It might have been Draven, but it was like a little bit more heavier on the action side of things, which was fine.
Yeah,
I cared about the characters more in the remake. In the original one, everyone felt kind of like, I don't know, pieces of driftwood. This one, it made more sense, and you cared more about what happened to them, and when they were in danger, like you had more, you know, more invested. So but definitely good stuff all around, and check out the full review because we really break it down and people love that. So I'm giving props all the time over to Trina because we're having a good time over there. I love movies. I love talking about that type of stuff. I want to do more movie type discussions on my channel at some point as well. Maybe at the end of the summer I'll start, you know, peppering that stuff in there. Maybe every week or every other week. We'll hit some other movies and things, but it's a good thing because again, all my work, everything that I do is very cinematic for that reason. It's because I love film. I get into things. I love different shots, cinematography, lighting, all that great stuff, and you could see it on my projects. Here's a quick commercial break from Macho Tep, also done by Chris Fisk. He put this all together. Check it out, folks.
If you don't log on to Indiegogo and support Shadow with the Kraken by Vinnieart Mello, let me tell you what, let me tell you something. You will never know how sweet it is to see that pirate booty. Oh yeah, there's pirate booty, there's violence, there's mystery, and there's mysticism, and there's intrigue in the story, like the which you've never seen before or never see again from the madness. That's only if you back Shadow of the Kraken on Indiegogo from one of the most dependable creators in the independent community. This will be his 6th campaign he's got to fill. Oh, yeah, and he'll fill this campaign, and then he'll fill Billy's mom.
Billy, drink your juice while I bang your mom.
Billy did not look impressed when his mom was getting filled.
Billy just got to make sure he doesn't drink the wrong juice container.
Yeah, right?
Oh my god!
Oh jeez, Tommy, Jesus, where is
Not okay.
How did you go there? What?
I needed.
I'm kind of retarded. That man's a threat to this country.
There is no way I can go one show without getting at least one not okay. I had to fill my quota.
Yeah, you got a couple tonight for sure.
And then you have to fill
Billy's mom.
There you go.
It's funny.
Gash, baby, the gash. Billy mom's gash.
That whole thing was hilarious.
Giggling.
I was watching this movie, Innocent Blood, which I thought was hilarious, and like no one on the panel had seen it, and I was talking to with ETEP about it and stuff too. That's what I always play this clip. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie, dude.
Yeah.
The handcuff scene, giggity.
Oh my god, it was great. The movie was fantastic. Innocent Blood. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Anthony LaPaglia is the star with that hot chick from La Femme Nikita, the French actress.
Oh, nice.
Excellent movie. And Robert Loggia is fucking hysterical in that. He's a mafia guy who basically he got so this chick is a vampire and she goes just after bad people. So she was feeding on this mafia guy and she got interrupted. So she couldn't finish him off. She didn't kill him properly. So he starts to turn into a vampire. And that's the Robert Loggia character. And he doesn't know what the hell's going on. The sun's coming up and he's driving the car and he starts to, his body's like smoking and going on fire. He's like, what the hell is this? So he pulls over to one of his places and he goes into like the freezer in this meatpacking place, whatever. And that's the scene that you saw there. He wanted to cool off and away from the sun. And if you noticed who was there, that was Sam Raimi that he yells at. Okay.
Oh God!
A side note to that: did you know the original title for that was also called The French Vampire in America?
Oh yes, I did hear that. I have heard that.
Wait, if Sam Raimi's in a meat locker with him, that means that's also probably a reference to Intruder from the '80s.
I don't remember that.
Sam Raimi and Sam Raimi were in that movie. Also, Bruce Campbell's in it.
Oh,
it's a slash movie that takes place in like a. Yeah, it takes place in like a fucking grocery store.
What's the name of it?
Intruder.
Okay, gonna check that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we got it. That's a good thing. But yeah, so like that whole thing with Loggia, like he kept making jokes about Loggia, and then he said, does anyone remember that commercial? He did like a Minute Maid or an orange juice commercial. And like I think Pete like vaguely remembered. I said, "Oh, you got to look it up. It was the best." They did like 3 of them, I think. And I said, that's what he did. Like Robert, the kid doesn't want to drink his juice, and he's like, "I don't know what would make you drink your juice." I don't know, Robert Loggia. So that's when he kicks in the door, and it's like, "It's me, Robert Loggia. Billy, drink your juice." And he started playing it on his channel, and like we always have this. I had one of my avatars was him too, but my throat just kept getting too ripped up doing the Robert Loggia impersonations.
In this day and age, telling a kid to drink their juice is not okay.
Yeah, right? Pretty baby.
Oh, God.
Tom Cruise, I'm sure he's part of that. I know he plays for the other team and he tries to pretend like he doesn't. But Tom Hanks is definitely a creep. We know that. Manliness and motivation is always making jokes at Kevin Spacey because he knows that's true as well. But he loved the bush of the French chick.
Don't hand Alec Baldwin anything.
What was that?
said, "Don't hand Alec Baldwin anything."
Oh, jeez.
Hey! That man is a straight shooter. Calm down.
Holy shit! But hey, let's go around the horn. I think we probably hurt my channel enough already. I should be I'll be reapplying at the end of the month. Apparently they didn't like some of the shorts I had up. These scumbags, but yeah, we'll get back in business. For those, if you do want to send any kind of donations or tips, whatever, my PayPal is in the description. If you want to send over anything, that's appreciated. You don't have to, but again, yeah. Let's go around the horn here. We'll start off with Nick. Brother, where can we find you, and anything else you'd like to say?
Well, you can find me at OnlyFans, and no, I'm just kidding. Things have not got that bad yet. No, I am one quarter of the World Class Bullshitters every Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern Standard PM, wherever. We take a dump on the world pop culture. Me, Kendo Slice, Dion, and Jeff go, all in on Hollywood and the bullshit and the hypocrisy of bullshit they perpetuate weekly.
Nice, man. Dude, thank you for being here. Let everybody know that we said hello over because we love the World Class Bullshitters. Jeff's fantastic. All those guys are great. I did have something I wanted to. I can't find where I put it. Anyway, I'll send it over to E-Tip if I do find what it was. There was centaur. There was a centaur chick with tits. I thought you could. I could have sent it over to because I know someone's afraid of horses.
Dion does not like horses.
Dion, very much.
Hopefully I can find it before the end.
Well, couldn't you just send them a picture of Kathleen Kennedy? Wouldn't that work?
Yeah.
No, because he actually likes older white women. Like he has a thing for them.
He'd smash it.
Yeah, like for instance, Elon's mom, he would totally do her.
Remember, he had a thing for Lena Dunham. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Little pound cake.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Well,
Not okay.
Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
Oh, I don't want to think of Lena Dunham and licking. Oh,
damn it.
Oh, the cow sitting on the toilet eating a cake. Oh.
Oh, that was grotesque. Someone's laughing just as hard. Super fan.
Right.
Let everyone know where they can find you. What else you got going on?
So you'll find me in the chat of World Class Bullshitters from time to time because those lovely folks is how I found all you lovely folks. If it weren't for Mr. Hicks and, of course, Mr. Nick Utam and Dion Green and Nick Utam, who is the one that found ETEP and shared ETEP with me, and that's how I found all of you, to be honest. And of course, Kendall Slice. All good guys, though. If it weren't for my dog Frank, I wouldn't have found them. So, yeah, man, nothing but the goods here. Always having fun on the panel, in the chats, man. Just always having fun. Appreciative to be able to call all you fine gentlemen and ladies friends, and just always happy to be here among all these great people and stare into the hole. Look, it's not Vinny's fault. Don't go after Vinny. He needs to get monetized. Blame the clown. It's all Tony's fault.
No. It was literally I had a Tropic Thunder clip that hit 1 million views, and they tried to do something with that. It's saying that it's stolen content shit or some bullshit or some whatever. They keep moving the goalposts. Like you have people who made giant channels off of those kind of clips, and I put it up, and then they want to kick me right in the crowd.
I think it's very sweet that Vinny is actually covering for me and not admitting that it was me. It was me all along, Austin.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me here. You can find me there. I'm currently.
He nibbles here. He nibbles there. He must have bit the wrong wire. Remember, they're colorblind.
Oh yeah, I hold on. I forgot. I always play it. So we're just gonna send some not really love, but remember, fuck you, James Gunn. That's gonna be his new Wonder Woman. You guys didn't know that?
Dear God, why?
What? It looks like someone from Planet of the Apes dressed in a Wonder Woman costume.
Oh my God!
That's the wizard from Shazam, but fuck you, James Gunn.
Cancel.
I mean, she's not wrong. That's what I thought for a second too. I was like, why are they in a Chewbacca costume? Like the top part, the bottom part is Wonder Woman. Like that doesn't make sense.
Just to quote Roseanne Barr, I thought that bitch was white.
Hey, look, Joe wants to sniff it.
He doesn't just want to sniff it.
Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta play this after that.
Get what you fucking deserve!
I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
I don't know why Tucker keeps popping up there. Anyway, by the way, God bless him. 111 million views on his first video he put out.
Amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I was hearing those numbers, man. I'm just like, oh shit, and so it begins. So it begins.
The attack on Twitter.
Yeah,
we gotta shut him down.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, you around, buddy? Tony?
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Let everybody know where they can find you and anything else you'd like to say.
Just like on Twitter for now at TToneDeaf, so you cannot react to my post bagging on Mike Cernovich. Yeah, other than that, I'm just busy teaching myself to code, staying busy at work, and that's about it right now. So hopefully I will return to my YouTube channel soon.
Nice, man. Yeah. And in the meantime, too, whenever you want, let me know. Because I think you got a pretty good way in Breath of the Wild if you ever want to talk some Zelda stuff.
Anytime, dude.
Cool. Yeah, because I found that cool amiibo today of Link from the what?
Because I know in Empire Strikes Back he wanted Han Solo to die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did want that, and George was like, no, I want Harrison.
He wanted a Jedi too, but he didn't get it.
Harrison, we're not going to kill your character.
No,
but it'll be more impactful if we have a proper death. So,
well, he wasn't supposed to be Harrison Ford to begin with. I mean, he wasn't supposed to be Han Solo to begin with. Harrison Ford was just there to read scripts to the other actors that were trying out.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was a carpenter. He was working on like the door frames and shit. He was fixing up shit in the office, and he just happened to still be there. And he kept reading the script, and then he memorized it all. And they went, "Well," George was like, "Well, we got all these actors who came in, but Harrison does it better than everyone." You know, fuck it. We'll just get him there, put him in it. Yeah, well, we're gonna put Harrison in. We'll save a few bucks too because he's not really a star. I mean, he did one little movie for me, but he does better woodwork. So I mean, we know how George is.
Did you ever see the film tryouts? Like it could have been Robbie Benson as Luke Skywalker and Kurt Russell as Han Solo. I kind of want to see that Mandela effect. I want to see what that would have looked like.
You know, I think when AI gets there, they'll probably end up. Someone will do it. You'll have some kid who's like 22 be like, "Yeah, I'm working my AI program." Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, like, yeah, that's how it's, dude. That's how it's gonna be. Because I've seen kids on YouTube make their own like fucking Jarvis on the laptop in their room. It's like, oh dear God, these kids aren't even old enough to vote or drink yet. They barely have hair in their balls, and they're making AI Jarvis already. Like, we're fucked. We're fucked already. We're fucked because when they get to college, they can get materials. They're gonna make a goddamn sex doll with the AI, and we're all gonna be taken over by giant by robots with giant tits. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, well, baby, these kids, oh baby.
Well, they're gonna make so much. They're gonna make so much money that one day they'll get their face on money as well.
Yep.
I'm rich, bitch. Sorry. Anyway, we'll jump over to Chris. Chris, let the good folks know where they can find you, what else you got cooking, and where they can pick up your awesome, fantastic, amazing book.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, you can check me out on Twitter, getting blocked by artists at Infinitail Comic. And Monday night, I think I'm over at the Place to Be Reviews with ETEP and some of the members of this fine panel for Going in Raw on Monday. Tuesday, I believe I will be hanging out with Black Angus on his channel. Wednesday, obviously, with ETEP, hopefully. Thursday, I'm over at Immortal Rising Comics, and then Friday, back here with everybody, with Vinny's channel. And as far as what I'm working on, in the Infinitail Chronicles comic series, you like fantasy, you like 90s cartoons, you'll love this. You know, we got book 1 on Amazon right now. If you head on over to InfinitailChronicles.com, or you can follow the link in on the Twitter account posted there on the bottom left. And God, dude, we're hoping to get book 2 out by the end of this year. I showed Vinny some of the stuff, and it's gonna be a challenge. But what we've got so far looks freaking awesome, dude. And I can't wait.
It does. It looks absolutely amazing. The interior pages, what the two teams are doing, and then the extra cool artwork that you had too. You showed us after a stream, dude. Awesome stuff. Plus, you could check out some of the artwork I did as well. I did a piece for the sequel. It's gonna be great. Oh, by the way, I did. I found one of those AI things we were talking about. Those kids, they're already on it. This is crazy. I think I can show it. Hold on. Share screen. Yeah. They have one of their AI sex bots. Look at this one. The eyes are a little fucked up though.
That's some uncanny valley, dude. There's no way that would pass for a human. Look at that gap between the eyes, dude.
But not just that. Look at the eyes. Something's wrong. Anyway,
they're nictating.
One's looking east, one's looking west. Oh shit! But hey, you know what? We also have one other awesome panelist. We talked about our channel a bunch. Trina, let the good folks know where they can find you. What else you got cooking?
Well, first I want to say thank you for having me on. This is always a fun stream, and yeah, it was fun to be with all you guys and fun to see the chat. And yeah, basically when I'm not with on Tommy's channel or Vinny's channel, you can catch me on my channel at Real Horror, REEL. And this coming Wednesday we'll be comparing The Thing, the 1982 to the prequel 2011. And I get some toy reviews up. I'll be doing another toy review soon. It's a McCready figure by NECA, and it's tied to the movie, so that will be coming up. And that's about it. I hope you guys all had a good weekend, and hope you have a good week.
Oh, yep, absolutely. Trina, thank you so much for being here. It's going to be a blast. So everyone tune in again. That's 7 p.m. over on her channel on Wednesday. Awesome stuff. Hell yeah. Tree Rock Creations. He asked me, he goes, is that going to be the background for the next Hanscock episode? I don't know. Well, if we talk about that movie, look, I don't want to see it either. I don't think I'm going to. The thing that sucks, I mean, I know our friends over at World Class, they're going to see it. They've already told people, it's something that they had planned. Jeff has done it before anyone else, this type of stuff, but he breaks it down in a more, concrete way, which we've always respected. We know, again, Tina Bojan, she's someone who's always on the panels. She watches a lot of the Marvel shit. She gives her true take on things, and that's fine because it's not people who are screaming boycotts. The ones who scream boycotts, and then they go and watch it, that's hypocrisy all the way. And it sucks because they filmed that last Indiana Jones movie in the hometown where my family's from. And last time I was there was like in 2007, 2008. And I wanted to see what they did, but I don't want to see this movie. It's painful.
Acquire it on the high seas, sir. On the high seas.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If I know anyone who might be able to get their hands on it in the high seas, probably. I'm not giving money to that shit. That's for sure.
Well, if I go to any port cities and find it, I'll let you know, man.
Awesome, man, dude. Yeah, that'll be a good time then. Fuck it. And Nelson, he wants me to say it again. Fuck you, Zahi Hawass. You're a hack and a fraud. You stole antiquities, you son of a bitch. So there you go. And we'll go on another funny note. I saw this and I had to save it and show you guys because it was pretty damn funny. There is somebody said their uncle is a retired fisherman and he volunteered to build his first grandson a crib. Yeah, there were mixed reactions.
That's cool.
Oh, awesome!
Listen, as long as the kid falls asleep, there's no problem. I don't see a problem with it. I really don't.
Yeah.
Kid's gonna have nightmares.
He's gonna fill up his duck.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Thank you, Tommy. He had control. I wasn't calling my panel that. Oh shit! No, you guys and girls were fantastic tonight. Thank you for being here, everyone on the panel, everyone out there in the chat. You guys are awesome. Keely Chow, Nelson. Hey, Nelson, thanks for popping on too for a minute. I mean, short round. Toy Mafia, Tree Rock Creations, Adega Outlaw, going up your main list of motivations, RR. I know we had Tina Bojan earlier. DJD, thank you for being in here. Edwin the Ace. Let's see if I'm missing Godzillionaire. He was in here as well. Frankie Knows. Again, writer to Through the Woods. Remember that. Sam Rogers, also another great supporter. William Palmieri, Lion Ratton. You guys all rock. Samba Gogo. Nuke. I'm scrolling. Yeah, and again, thank you for dropping all these great comments. Don't forget to hit like. Grab these links, get them out there, let people know about these streams. Because they're fun, they're real, they're genuine, nothing scripted or no nonsense, and I hate all those fake phony streams that are out there, but we give it to you just how you like it.
Not on Bud Light.
No, not on Bud Light at all. We give it to you just like how She-Hulk likes it. Hard, real, and deep. 9 inches deep. No, Ruben, thank you for being here as well, buddy. Yeah, most of everyone. Oh, Planet Tobor. Thank you, man. Again, yeah, an awesome dude. He's got a great project out there. So let me see. Did I miss anyone else? If I did, I apologize. Oh, Papa Cotton. He was definitely in there. He likes slapping Marvel in the face, and it's a good thing. What about? I think I got almost everybody here. Did I say Time Prophet? Not sure. I might have. Apex Comics. Thank you for being in here as well. And BTV. I think that's the other one I missed. If there is anyone else, my apologies. But yeah, we're going to be back. We'll be on E-Type's channel tomorrow night. Again, Horseman. We ride again. We're always riding, just like I'm riding this green monster right here. I've been riding her for so long, so much. It's like warm porridge. It's disgusting. But I'm the hero you need, damn it.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm giving it to Disney and Marvel every day. By the way, fuck you, James Gunn. So, yeah. Come on, here we go. Sorry, my mouse is broken. I still got to get a new one, goddammit. But everyone, I hope you have an awesome night. Yeah, well, here's some Naked Gun. So everybody, remember, be kind to one another. Kick ass while you create. Don't take shit from nobody. And go do something nice for somebody today. Peace out.